Hey guys, this is SH here, and welcome back to my 4th episode of the Battlefield 4 Weapon Guide. In this episode, I'm going to be covering the SAR-21 Assault Rifle. So without further ado, let's get started, shall we? Okay, so look at this gun carefully. I mean, if your eye starts bleeding, you can stop looking at it now, but if you look at it carefully, this gun is somewhat kind of different than any other guns in Battlefield 4. And I know the AUG and FAMAS has a pretty similar style to this gun. I mean, that is pretty much the only gun that has a similar style to this gun, and that is called the bullpup design, which is a rifle that maintains its standard barrel length while being somewhat shorter in overall length. And that means the bullpup design usually has a reduced weight than other normal rifles, so that is a good thing. And also it shoots the normal projectile, which is 5.565 45mm NATO rounds, while the barrel is shorter than other rifles. So that is pretty cool about this gun. But the one disadvantage about the bullpup design is that it has somewhat slow time to reload, and the DICE likes to try to make this gun just like a real life, so the reload time is usually very slow. So that's what I wanted to talk about. So if you see any gun with the bullpup design, just expect that the reload time is going to be a little bit slower than usual. Okay, so let's first talk about the damage. Damage is very standard, starts at 25 and drops into 18. Drop starts at 8 meters, drop ends at 55 meters, which makes it 4 to 5 shots to kill. Yeah, that is very standard. I talk about it all the time in the entire episode. And then the fire rate shoots at 600 rounds per minute, and that is pretty slower than any other assault rifles in the game. Oh, in fact, it is the slowest firing assault rifle in the entire game with the AK-12 assault rifle. But since AK-12 can shoot at 750 rounds per minute with burst, and since this gun cannot do it, I'm gonna say that this gun is the slowest firing assault rifles in the Battlefield 4. Like I said in the previous episode, DICE just don't make the gun fire slower. If the gun fires slower, they usually have a great accuracy, or I don't know, like great reloading speed or something like that. And that is what exactly the DICE did. This gun is pretty much a laser beam. I'm gonna talk about recoil later on, but this gun is pretty much a laser beam. And why am I repeating myself? But anyway, now let's talk about the muzzle velocity. It fires at 600 meters per second, which is extremely fast. Although it's not the fastest firing assault rifle, this is very faster than any other assault rifles in the game. So if you try to compete with M416 or SCAR-H, you are gonna kill that guy first, then that guy. So this gun's rate of fire is very fast, but if you put a suppressor on, it drastically changes down to 340 meters per second. So I really don't recommend you using a suppressor for this gun, since it reduces the muzzle velocity by half, almost half. It's not entirely half, but it's pretty close to it. So if I were you, I would try to avoid using a suppressor. The magazine size is very usual at 31 rounds, and then the bullet drop is also very standard at 15 meters per second. There's nothing special to talk about it, but you know, just letting you know. And the reload time, as I said before, since this gun is a bullpup design weapon, it has a very slow time to reload at 2.3 seconds with one in the chamber and 3.4 seconds empty. Yes, I said it right, it's 3.4 seconds. That is like, I don't know, even all the snipers can reload faster than that. It is pretty slow, so if you run out of magazine, if you don't have any bullets left in your magazine, you're pretty much screwed. And if there's an enemy behind you, you are screwed. So try to avoid reloading with the empty magazine and try to reload before the magazine runs out. That's all I'm gonna say. And now let's talk about the recoil. The recoil for this gun is, like I said before, is very accurate. In fact, this is the most accurate assault rifle in the entire assault rifle class, pulling 0.18 to the upward and 0.2 to the left and right, and that is very low. So if you want to engage enemies at a long range, this gun can definitely be your go-to choice, because it has a very fast muzzle velocity, and then it has a great accuracy. So if you want to go for a long range, this gun can be very extremely deadly. So recoil is pretty good, and also the first shot multipliers is also pretty low at 1.8, and because most of the assault rifles have a multiplier of around 2.0, but this gun has 1.8. So like I said, this gun is pretty accurate, and there's nothing too special to talk about aim down sight spread and the hip fire. because it is very standard. Spread increase is at 0.078. You don't have to know anything about this. And spread decrease 15, not moving 0.2, moving 1. You really don't have to know about this, I'm just saying, because I just want to at least inform you that this gun has this kind of status. And since the hipfire is very average, I'm not even going to talk about it at all. So now let's move on to the attachments. So the attachments I really recommend you guys using is a muzzle brake, because muzzle brake reduces the horizontal recoil by about 30%, which makes this gun even more laser beam-ish. I mean, that doesn't make any sense, but anyway, so if you use a muzzle brake or if you use a, what is it called, compensator, it's gonna be even more accurate than before. So try to use that, but another downside of those attachments is that it gives you a penalty of automatic fire. So if you are like me that likes to spray and pray at range, just you're not gonna have a lot of fun with this attachment. But if you like the burst fire, that would be very great, because as long as you don't burst fire, this can be very deadly over range. So. And also, a heavy barrel can also be a pretty great attachment over range, because it increases the accuracy. So you can combine with the ACOG sight, and then you can have a lot of fun with it. And for the grip, I actually recommend you two grips: angle grip or the potato or stubby grip, because potato or stubby grip increases the aim dot accuracy by about 15%, which makes it even more accurate. So if you're a type of guy who likes to just spray and pray, use the potato grip, because that's gonna help a lot, and that's gonna register more shots through the enemy. So try to use that, or if you're a guy who likes a burst fire, try the angle grip, because it reduces the first shot recoil by 1/3, and that is pretty a lot. So if you're a type of guy who likes to burst fire, yeah, try to go for that. And finally, for the sights, I'm gonna recommend you using the ACOG sight and then the cane iron sight, because that's the class that I had the most fun with, and also I had the most success with. I tried the numerous numbers of setups, including like a bipod with a suppressor, which is very stupid, and I also tried to bipod the iron sights and stuff, and that really didn't work out well. So just try using either 3.4 times sight or the 4 times sight with the canned iron sight, because the key for this gun is a long range. You really don't want to engage an enemy in a close quarter gunfight, because this gun has the slowest rate of fire in the entire assault rifle class. So you're gonna get outgunned by even the AK-12 or I don't know, some kind of other guns, because no other gun shoots slower than this. Even the SCAR 8 shoots faster than this. So try to avoid the close range gunfights and try to engage enemies at medium and to the long range, and you're gonna have a lot of advantage for this gun. And I hope you guys enjoy this weapon guide, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.